What's going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. My face is all red because I just spent the day in -4 degrees emptying out a storage unit. But that's another video. In this video, we're going to go out and spend the day in -4 degrees and empty out a storage unit. It's because I bought 2 of them. So here are the auctions I'm looking at. This one hasn't changed since I last looked. Most of these end at this time, at noon. We're looking at this one. We're looking at this one. Looking at this one, so far no changes. I think this one's gone up. I think this one was like 120 or something like that. And this one ends 5 minutes later. And this one jumped up quite a bit. I think this was like 150 when I last looked. But look at all these boxes. So me and Ben were looking at these units, and this one, you can see in this picture, I could tell it looked vintage, but then when we zoomed in and looked at it a little more closely, do you guys recognize that? I don't know what it is, but that's an old Matchbox logo. I'm pretty certain of it. This almost looks like a kid riding on something. So, and this one's up to 330 now. So I don't know what to expect in this one, but I think I will go hog wild. Just get this one for whatever it costs. One thing worth note, I do have the Pro account that's $30 a month, which cuts my buyer's premium in half. In order to make that worthwhile, or any of these really, I need to spend about $330 a month, and the discount pays the fee. Then obviously over that, I do more. I was the $10 a month one. I just upgraded to the 30. I can always downgrade after this if I want, because I'm expecting to spend $600 or $700 today. I guess let's just go crazy. Ooh, not 10,000. We'll see how that one does. So we're down to 3. I really want this one, and I've got the $1,000 max. I'm definitely not going more than that on this, probably. So this one, they bid me up right to my 210 and stopped, so we'll see if that means I've got it. This one, oh, I was just outbid, so I am not going to Portage now. This one was in Portage. So we're down to Green Bay, and this one keeps climbing. So we're down to Green Bay and Sheboygan. We'll see how these go. A little over 2 minutes left on that one, a little over 4 on this one. I think someone else sees that vintage Matchbox box and is hoping to find a bunch more collectibles and stuff in there. I am too. I have no idea what to expect. There are a bunch of books on here. Maybe it was an eBay seller. The tarps are interesting. I wonder if they put those up over some high dollar stuff in case there was a roof leak. I don't know, but we're getting closer and closer. How's the other one going? Minute left. All right, Sheboygan got another bid, so it auto-extended. We're over 5 minutes, so we'll just wait on this one. So I might just be clearing units out today. I was looking at this one. It's at 770. It's almost empty, but there's a big gun safe in it. All right, here we go. I got it for $850. So as of now, you're just getting 2 storage unit videos. Let's go to the first one. So I got viewer mail, which is crazy, 2 in one day. The other one is on the other video. This is from Nick, but he messages me a lot on Instagram, so I recognize the name, and also he warned me about it. So he messaged me on Instagram, and he said, I'm sending a small box for you, something like that. He emphasized small, and he said, you can use that joke on your video. So I was expecting it to be a giant box. It's not. It's very little. Kind of smells like coffee. I don't drink coffee. Christiana does, so depending on what it is, she might like it. Assuming that's what it is. Let's open this up. And then we gotta go, because I need to get down to Sheboygan to empty out that storage unit. And I suppose it would help to cut all the tape. Remember, cut towards yourself. That way you don't risk hurting your friends. Is it a duck dressed as a dinosaur? Or is it a dinosaur eating a duck? There are also a lot of layers here. What could this be? That is a good question. Is it a duck dressed as a dinosaur? Or is it a dinosaur eating a duck? Yes, this will definitely go on display up there with this stuff. I appreciate it, Nick. This is awesome. Undecided if I'm going to put this with it, though. So, anyways, time to go to Sheboygan. This isn't necessarily the permanent spot that it will go, but for now he's gonna go up here. This is the fanciest gas pump I've ever seen. This whole thing is a screen. It's pretty cool. I have arrived. The lady that works here is parked inside. That's a pretty awesome perk of working here. This is like a brand new build. You could smell it inside walking in there. I saw an ad inside here. They also have something that I've never seen before, a type of storage unit. It's climate control units, which you see those all the time, but they were exterior access. So it looks like it's just regular storage units, but they're heated, which seems expensive. Those doors aren't very good for keeping cold air out. And people would have them open for a while when they're loading and unloading. But it sounds pretty awesome. So this is a little curious. That camper is open. The door is wide open. And there are no cars here, indicating that the people might be here. But anyways, here we are. A lot of railroad magazines. That's a really good sign. Here is the Matchbox box. And the lady that works here, I was talking to her about that's what I saw. And so she wanted me to point it out, and I'm glad she didn't ask me to open it because I wanted to do that on camera. And yes, sir, it is in there. I also see Milwaukee Road hat. Looks like some train stuff. I bet there's gonna be a lot of train stuff in here. Under the tarps, just boxes. So I'm guessing they were anticipating a possible roof. Oh, look at this. Wow. This is good. Oh my goodness, look at this. Holy crap. Are these my size? I need new boots. No, they're size 12. They're in nice shape though. They're not new, but they're pretty close. Look at this. This is so awesome. There's weight to it. It's in here. Oh man, this was worth every penny. This box alone, I don't know trains too well. I know a little bit. We do really well with train stuff. Just looking how full this box is, I bet this box alone will pay for the unit. It might not, but even at 10 bucks each, there's probably 30 of them. That's 300 bucks. More trains. Got a bulldozer here. Holy crap. That's empty. This might be worth something. Parts. Wow. We just sold a bunch that were this brand. They were like beer companies. And these look like they're just, still really good, not the beer companies, but I am so cold, but holy cow. That's accessories. This is a collect. Look at down here. Look at this. Holy crap. I've said this in multiple videos before, but I think this is going to be the best storage unit I've ever bought. Holy cow, we got a truck in here. And this, normally I prefer in-person auctions. Online, it's tougher to see what the stuff is, so you don't bid as much. But if I were standing here looking, people would definitely see that box of trains. You'd look in here, and you'd see stuff. If you were in here, the Matchbox would be a dead giveaway. Look at all this. You couldn't even see this in the pictures. This unit probably would have gone for $3,000 or $4,000 if it was in person. Wind up much more. Holy crap. This unit. Oh my goodness. This is, I don't really even need to go through this stuff. I was going to go through and bring a bunch of, all the junk to Goodwill down here, so I don't need to haul it back. That's not even going to happen. There's not going to be much for Goodwill here. Because even like these magazines, all train magazines, they'll sell. So I'm just going to load up. And then definitely that means I'll need to take multiple trips. So I don't think I'll have time to do a second trip tonight, even if I leave right now and come back. But tomorrow morning, I should be able to get this in 2, I hope. Wow, this is, looks like Hot Wheels cars, semi-trucks. This unit, holy crap. I don't even know what to say. I am speechless. That little box, it's just a little tiny box, is junk, but here, I guess I can show you. Just painted rocks. It'll probably still sell. Someone will probably, especially if they're labeled, someone will probably still spend $5 on that box. More trains. This hat's really cool. I might have to keep this hat. This looks original too. Might be some vintage stuff in there. I mean, there's one train car. There's another one there. This is gonna be insane. This is probably gonna be 3 or 4 auctions of trains. I bet I make, just from what I see here, I bet I make 10 grand on this unit. Ben was looking at this with me. We kind of recognized this together, and he told me that he was really excited about this. And he's hoping that they're collectibles. He's not really into trains, but I'm sure he'll be able to appreciate. Holy cow. That just says freight cars. It's probably full of trains. All right, I'm gonna open up the trailer and just start stacking boxes. I am speechless. This is absolutely insane. I mean, this is a wireless model railroad control. I've never seen one like that. That could be, like I said, I'm not super knowledgeable on trains. They could be common, but that might be something expensive right there. This is, wow. Wow is all I can say. So because this will probably take several months to sell, because we don't want to do train auction, then train auction, then train auction. We'll do a train auction and then wait a month, do another one and wait a month. I'm not going to be able to wait to launch this video until after it's all done. So I'll show you as much as I can. You know, when we get to the warehouse, we'll dig through more boxes and stuff. And as I'm here, if I see anything exceptionally cool, oh, this Christmas tree might actually have some value. I thought this was just a little trinkety box, but I mean, that looks like 1960s. Oh, that might be something special there too. But anyways, so you'll be seeing, and you already know this video first. The other one is the one that I'm gonna wait until after we're all done to do the recap. This is insanity. My hand is like an icicle. I need to get gloves on and start loading up though. So if I find anything exceptionally cool that merits showing you, not just more boxes of trains, which is already exceptionally cool, I will show you. But otherwise, we'll wait until we get back to the warehouse where it's warm. I'm warming up for a minute before I start loading. I'm telling Tim about it. Tim and I still talk pretty frequently, and I've just sent Ben a message that's, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, but I used the F word instead. Waiting for him to respond to that before I tell him the good news about this unit, because he was very curious. Ben hates when we buy storage units because it clutters up the warehouse. He says he's very OCD about everything being neat and organized. He gave me permission to buy this unit just because of that Matchbox thing. I think he's gonna be really excited, but I almost didn't buy this unit. The weird feeling that it's gonna be all Christmas stuff, and I still can't explain why, just how the boxes looked, I guess. It wasn't that little tree. It was just copy boxes like that, for some reason, just remind me of Christmas stuff. I don't know why. There's so many other things it could be. And then when I saw the magazines, I was like, I hope it's not all books. But anyways, I was really leaning towards those units in Portage, which were just junk. I mean, it was like the last unit, well, you didn't see the video yet. The last unit that I bought today, it was run-of-the-mill storage unit stuff. There was good merchandise in there. Nothing that I'm going to retire on, nothing that I'm going to jump for joy about, nothing that I'm going to react like this for. You know, I'm not going to tell you what it was because that will spoil the video, but, you know, run-of-the-mill stuff. Turn $200 into $800 to $1,000. You know, standard bread and butter type items. A lot of items that are $2 to $20. It was a smaller unit. There was a lot going to Goodwill, a lot of moldy clothes and stuff. The ones in Portage were like that. I don't know if I actually mentioned in this unit, I was bidding on a whole bunch of units on the other side of the state too. I'm already on the other side of the state from the warehouse, on the other side of the state. I was bidding on like 6 units. And I was leaning on just don't bother with Sheboygan. I can get like 6 units here in Portage, and then I'll just work on that. I'm so glad I didn't get those because this is so great. I was also, you know, usually at least half of the stuff gets brought to Goodwill when I do a storage unit. So my plan was fill up the trailer with all the Goodwill stuff, you know, sort it here in the frigid cold, and then everything that's going to Goodwill, load up the trailer, head to the local Goodwill here and drop it off. That way I don't need to haul as much back. But looking at what's in there, there's not going to be much going to Goodwill. I'm sure there'll be a few things here and there, but not much. So it's already going to be at least 2 trips, maybe 3. I only have a 10 by 12 or 8 by 12 trailer. So they're going to be several trips, and it's going to be packed tight. I wouldn't have time. Tomorrow is my only other day that I can go clear these units out, because we're leaving town on Thursday. And I can say that here on YouTube because we'll already have been back by the time this video's up. But we're going to Georgia, to Christiana's hometown. She doesn't have a hometown, so she says, but where she lived before she moved up here. I'm taking her there for her birthday. She's been a little lonesome about going back there. Anyways, way off topic. I only have today and tomorrow to empty these units out. And this is probably going to be 2 or 3 trips. And I'm an hour away from Green Bay. So that's one way. So I'm glad I didn't get the other units. This is so awesome. I even said earlier, this is going to be a long video. I said earlier just to myself. I didn't say it on a video or to anybody. But I said, wouldn't it be cool, as I was thinking about what percentage is probably going to go to Goodwill, what percentage is going to go to the trash. I was thinking to myself, you know, as much as I'd like a lot of it to go, that way I can get it back in one trip, it would be great if everything was sellable. Everything is sellable. Holy crap! It is a little icy here. I'm going to throw some salt down just because as the snow, which gives me traction, wears away from walking, it's going to get really slick. It's on gravel though. I don't know how well the salt's going to work because it can't like pool up. It's just going to absorb right in the gravel, but we'll try. Oh, one more thing before I put my other glove on and have to put my phone away. I'm not a professional storage unit buyer yet. I'm just training. I'm in such a good mood right now. I'm noticing a bunch of the boxes are actually addressed to a train store that I will definitely be looking up when I get home to see if they're still around. But this might be a store that closed and they just put it all in the storage unit here. I might have $3,000 or $4,000 just right here. At least half the boxes I'm pulling out are full of freight cars. The money in here is insane. I wouldn't be surprised if I find some like really high dollar artifacts, like original train stuff. Not like model trains, but like real stuff. I cannot believe this. So many of these boxes are just freight cars. Equipment, locomotives. He's got them all organized. Oh my god. This is, I'm still speechless. That little bit I think could be 3,000 or 4,000. Look how much is left in here. 10,000, 20,000 might be an understatement. I might have some serious money in this unit. There are a lot of boxes of books and magazines. Some of them, I'll pull the top book off, and it turns out it's all train cars underneath. Obviously, this one, you can tell is all books, but, you know, and given that we're going to be having a train auction, the books and magazines will probably do better than they traditionally would. I'm just amazed here. I was thinking I better get the most expensive stuff, the best stuff first, just in case this gets robbed tonight. But it's all the best stuff. Look, right here. It's a building. I just sold a building much smaller and cheaper than this for like $100 just within the past year. This, I'm not going to open it again, but I figured tools. I'm pretty sure it's a Harbor Freight brand. It is full of drill bits, like organized like 100 of each size. That alone is probably $30. I don't know what to say here. You know, what's under this tarp? Tackle boxes. So maybe as we get further back, it's more freight cars. The clothes, I bet there's gonna be some cool train clothes in here. I don't know what that says. DOMTAR? Domtar? I don't know. It could be a weird C, something car. I don't know. This is, I don't even know what to say. I've done a lot of things. I've had a lot of amazing buys where you've seen the excitement in my face, jumping for joy. I don't think you guys have ever seen me buy something that just left me speechless like this. Also, my camper's door is still wide open. It's very weird. I can't believe this. I really can't. Erdl trucks, according to that box. Oh, maybe not. This is adult stuff. What's underneath? Books. Okay, so that box isn't accurate, unless there's more underneath there. But that adult type stuff tends to sell pretty well too. Better if it's on VHS, oddly, but cranes. This is, I hope I find some Erdl trucks because those tend to do really well too. I just don't even know what to say. I'm thinking I'll probably get everything up to about this line here where the floor space ends, and then all of this will be tomorrow. That's kind of my target. Although obviously things like these loose books, I'm just gonna leave them since I'm coming back tomorrow, and I'll bring some boxes for them. Some stuff like this one's busted open. I'll probably just leave that, bring it in a box tomorrow. But all this stuff, ooh, what's this? Usually it's poker chips or grill tools when I see a box like this. Interesting, it's a little tool set. Not worth anything. Still go for $5 in the auction. Model trucks. Ooh, there might be some good ones in here. I don't see anything particularly valuable on top, but all the trailers are below. This is... I almost feel bad about this unit making so much money. I spent up, it was a big gamble. It was off of a blurry shot of this that I was pretty sure was Matchbox. That's what made me buy this. That and the fact that it's just a whole bunch of boxes. I don't know what to say. I really don't. So there was the lady in the office that I was talking to, and there was also another guy there who had bought a couple of units here. I hope one of them drives by and asks me how it is, because I need to tell somebody. I need to show somebody. So, Painted Rock post if found on Rocks on Facebook. I'm familiar with this. I'm gonna put it right there. It's already buried in the snow. Maybe someone will find it. Someone will definitely find it when the snow melts. And it's kind of behind the stanchion there, so the snowplow won't get it. This box is labeled as clothes and t-shirts. I saw something. Look at this. Looks like there's a couple of them. These will probably go right to eBay. Actually, this isn't a shirt, this is a vest. It looks like something someone might have made. So cool. This is just a run-of-the-mill set, but it's old. I bet this will go for some decent money. And then I see, this looks factory, maybe not. Factory sealed, probably a building. More cars. Every single box I open that's cars, it still surprises me. There have been so many of them. I wonder if it's worth it to do a whatnot stream with the cars. It's perfect type of item. They're all the same approximate size and weight, so shipping's easy. They're all like the same subject matter. It's a collectible subject matter. Might be something worth looking into. I saw something buried in the back that could be really good. Look, more train cars. Look at these. These could be, oh, they're semi-trucks. These might be pretty good too. We're making some pretty good progress. I'm almost done loading for the night. But it's also hard to tell, but it's getting dark out. The sun has been set. All right, I really don't have time to film. It's already gonna be a very late night for me as it is. Wow. Look at that one. Yeah, there's nothing super exciting in here. Typically, you're looking for the subject matter or what's printed on the side. Unless there's like a special brand in here. They look too new for the special high dollar brands, but still. We just, like this Meyer one. Steel case maybe, Exxon, Kmart. I might have to keep that one myself. Those ones have some value. United States Lines, that's a train one. That looks like a stick of butter. So some of these will pull on their own, Flying J. Other ones, like in this one, I didn't particularly see anything special, so we'd probably just do that as a whole lot. These are very brittle. I can feel them cracking. The cold really isn't helping, so I'm not going to open the other two. Found DVDs, and these all appear to be factory sealed, at least the big ones on top, and they're more obscure things. Some of these might be some pretty valuable ones, 50 to 80 bucks on eBay. They could also be nothing. I have no idea. I haven't looked them up. Just from my experience, I explained why I think they could be valuable. Now, I know I'm going to get the comment, you've never heard of Green Acres? You think that's obscure? It's not something you see all the time. It's not like Friends or The Big Bang Theory. I've probably never come across it on DVD, especially brand new. The whole set like that. So that's why I call it obscure. All right, we gotta load it down. Yes, I could have stacked it higher, but I need to get out of here. It's getting late. I got up at 4:30 this morning. It's currently 6 p.m. I'll be back at the warehouse probably 7:15 tonight. I still need to close the auction. I need to launch the next auction, and I need to unload this tonight. I'm really thinking I might not be able to. At the time, I was thinking I would need to take 2 more trips, factoring 6 hours per trip. So now we're here and an hour back, 2 hours. 2 hours to load, which, yeah, we're about 2 hours. If you take away the time screwing around, like filming and the excitement of first going through it, I haven't really been doing much of that. So about 2 hours to load. Then I get back, already calculated that, 2 hours to unload. That's 6 hours. 2 trips at 6 hours each is 12 hours. Of course, I don't need to unload the second time, and I'll have people to help me unload when I get there tomorrow. I think, actually, yeah, I'm just going to leave this for tomorrow to unload. I'll throw it in the warehouse. Disconnect, because I keep the trailer inside the building, so it's secure. Back the trailer inside the building and unload it in the morning, because given that I'm going to be there late closing the Lego auction, which I'm going to be excited for. I wish I could watch it close, but it's already closing. But given that, I'm not going to be up at 4:30 tomorrow. I'll probably sleep in, get to the warehouse, where by the time I'm ready to start unloading, I've shipped eBay, I've done the Patreon video, someone will be there to help unload. So that's the plan. I know I'm just thinking out loud and it doesn't matter to you, but holy cow. This trailer is weighted down. I'm not sure how tight that normally is, but I don't think it's normally that tight. There's a lot of weight in here. I've put more in though, I'm sure. In here we still have this area. I'm gonna need to bring some boxes tomorrow. We got a little bit of this. I believe the floor ended about here. So we got through a pretty good chunk of this. We're, 5 rows back, and 4 rows back, then 1 row back, plus this little bit. And there's so much. Like, I would say 90% of the boxes are either train cars, buildings, well, mostly cars, but some buildings. Let's start over. 90% of the boxes are either train cars, whether it's freight cars, locomotives, something like that, semi-trucks, like model semi-trucks, or railroad-related books and magazines. That's 90% of the boxes. And I would say probably of that, at least half is boxes of train cars. There's going to be so much money here. I might be able to get this in one trip. Some of these clothes, I guarantee you, are going to be cool and train-related and have some value. A couple of tackle boxes. I bet those are repair parts because, with modeling, you have a lot of small precision tools, glues and stuff like that. I bet that's going to be in there. But I think I could probably, now the more I look at it, I think I can get this in one load tomorrow. So I'll get a lock on here. I'm just going to put my garbage can stuff in here. I'll bring that back tomorrow. But that is going to be it. Holy crap, this is practically on the ground. This is going to be a very nervous ride home. So I got a new item for the collection today. This Kmart truck. It was in that storage unit. Ooh, this will be a good one. Oh, that is on there. There we go. I had to break my foot in the process. So obviously it's the next day. Just finished unloading. We are gonna put this right in the auction because it's gonna be like 4 auctions. That way we don't have 4 consecutive auctions. We can split it up with consignor stuff. That trailer load was 6 pallets of train stuff. I really hope I can get the rest in one go because it's already 11 a.m. So I am not gonna have time to go twice today. All right, I'm back. I gotta get all of this in one load. So I'm not really gonna be filming much unless I find something exceptionally cool because there's a lot of stuff here. It's gonna be a lot of work. So I finally got to the tackle boxes. I'll get it open. More trains, smaller scale. Let's give it some serious money here. I figured it was like little precision tools, glue and paints and stuff for the models. But also look at all of these. This is gonna be, I mean, this stack of boxes might just be one auction. It just depends how we lot them up. This one, they're all loose, but they look like they could be older. It's hard. I'm not a train expert. I'm just training. And you can't really see them all that well through the plastic, but we made it to the back here. This is all books. There's a very good chance I'm going to have to take another trip down here tomorrow. And the main reason is just because of the volume of books that I found in that corner. We're already pretty weighted down. I don't want to overweight this thing. And we're only 3 rows deep here. And we're at the point where the only books I'm putting in are the bottom layer. They're a little bit more on the first 2, but I'm only doing the bottom layer. So if I need to come back, you know, I don't want this thing to get too heavy. These other boxes, they're not horribly heavy, but they're not light either. You know, where the box of books is probably 70 pounds, those are probably 35, 40 pounds. So I'm not gonna stack it all the way up. This is about how high I'm gonna stack it, all the way to the front or all the back. I never know if you'd consider this the back or the front because it's where you enter, but it's also the rear when driving. I still need to do all this. I brought some empty boxes, but you know, a lot of this looks like cars, which is really good for sellability, but also for weight. This looks like it's probably books. That looks like it's books. So there's a chance that I can come back tomorrow, not even have to unload the trailer and just come back tomorrow with the truck and grab the books. The reason that's important is because tomorrow is my flight. I leave tomorrow at like 3 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I think. So this needs to be emptied out by the time I leave. I can't wait longer. I'm not gonna pay for a month storing it here. This is a fancy place. I bet it's at least $100. I'm not paying $100 to store $20 worth of books. The books, I don't expect to find much of value in there. There'll probably be some cool ones. And the fact that they're mostly railroad books, although there's a lot of Nazi books in there too, weirdly. And adult magazines. The adult magazines will do well. They look older. I didn't really dig through them, but they looked like they're probably 80s or earlier. The brief bits I saw, a lot of adult DVDs too. But anyways, I think the reason the books and the railroad magazines, these things will do all right, not amazing, but they'll sell is because it's going to be a themed auction for railroad stuff. Although we need to go through all of these because when Ben was unloading, he found mixed in with some of the regular railroad magazines, some adult magazines. So we don't want somebody to buy that and then find out they have something that they might not want. Some people, like most people, would probably just throw it away. They wouldn't care, or maybe they'd sell it, or they'd get a kick out of it. But there are some people that would really upset them to find that in there, especially if they bought that for their kid who likes trains. Here's a bunch of train magazines. And then little Billy finds something that he shouldn't be finding for a few more years. So we got to go through all those before we list them. But we are making some good progress. And there's only one row against this wall here. It seems like it's mostly cars, so that's good. So we'll see how far I get. I really think for weight, though, you know, this bit and this corner is mostly going to be left here for tomorrow. All right, so this box is full of magazines, and I looked at the date on one, 1996. I'm not familiar with Score magazine. I know some of the more obscure ones can go for more money. I don't know if that's obscure. It's not really my world, but I mean, this box alone, just of adult magazines, will probably go for $100 in the auction. Adult magazines tend to go for a lot. Here we go. Put $200 on eBay. Anytime you see a TV VCR, test it, make sure it all works. Goes for decent money on eBay. So I got this as full as I'm comfortable doing it, given the weight. Obviously, I definitely could have got it all in one trip if the weight wasn't a concern, but there's just too many books. We're fairly emptied out in here. Most of what's left in here is books. So it's going to be a lot of weight tomorrow, and it's going to really suck to load this up, but it should be all right. I'm clearing this off, boxing it up now, so it's one less thing to do tomorrow. So many of this type of stuff. The guy seemed to have two hobbies, trains and that type of stuff. Well, there's also that box that I showed that was over there, the 1990s magazines. 3 hobbies. That was his 3 hobbies. So I'm out of boxes, so that little bit I'll have to bring some more for, and then all the loose ones that are stacked up around here. Some of these books might have some decent value. They're probably just going to get palletized and put on the back burner and forgotten about, but I could see some of these railroad books, especially the more like local ones, having some value. Some of the, this is interesting, some of the like war books and stuff like that could potentially have some value, but I'm not sure how comfortable I am selling some of those books. I know it's history, but I don't know, it just feels gross. I wouldn't just throw them away, I'd just, put them in a big lot of books. But anyways, so, we got stuff like this that could have some value. There was one, actually, that's probably another good one. This one, Southern Lines Operating Manual. Maybe some train collector would want it. No clue. But basically what's left is books. It's going to be a back-breaking day tomorrow. There's no way I'll be able to get this today, though. It's already 1:30. So I'll get back to the warehouse by 2:30. And it'll probably be about 4 o'clock by the time I get this emptied out. Meaning it's going to be getting dark out by the time I get this emptied out. 5 o'clock by the time I come back here, an hour to load. That'll be 6, 7 o'clock back to the warehouse. And I still have I still have to ship auction stuff today because the auction closed last night. So I think I will leave this for tomorrow. We'll be cutting it very close, but we should be okay. And we'll haul this back. This thing is so weighted down. I'm really nervous for like the tires, and this is not meant to carry this much weight. Look how low this is sitting. So we'll do what we can. I don't think it's really much more than yesterday, but we are definitely probably over what this trailer is capable of carrying. Well, I will be taking this back. I may keep this hat. I'm undecided. It's kind of cool. It looks original. I think I showed it when I first got in here. It's sitting on top of some boxes here. I really like trains, and I like Wisconsin. If it was a Green Bay route, I would like it even more. So I'm actually going to end the video here because I'm not going to go through any more boxes, really. And we've seen all there is to see. There's not going to be any hidden secrets in here until we actually go through the boxes. And that will be, I probably won't even do it. Mitch is going to do it as he's listing stuff in the auction. And that will be over the course of the next few months. Because we don't want to have a bunch of train auctions back to back to back. We'll have to split them up with other stuff. So keep an eye, watch the auction page. You'll see what the stuff sells for. And as time goes by, I will update because this is a really exciting unit. Just periodically in the other videos, I'll update, where we're at as far as selling stuff. I'm really excited to see about this unit. I'm exhausted right now. I'm cold. So it's really hard to show my excitement, but I am very excited about this unit. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got nothing else to say. I've been told I advertise Patreon too much, so I'm not going to do that now. Or was that an ad for Patreon? I don't know. You tell me. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Well, since I haven't actually edited yet, I'll show you a unit completely emptied out, ready for the next tenant. I didn't bother sweeping. I used the broom to pick up all the non-organics. There really isn't any leaves or dust in here. There's just little bits of snow that'll melt. So I am out of here. So it's Monday evening. Hold on, one more thing. I just finished editing this video, and I realized there's some other stuff in here that I can show you. For starters, I added a few more to my collection. I already had this one, Titletown Brewing. This is from, I mentioned earlier in the video, all of the brewery train cars. And then we got this Green Bay and Western and this Green Bay route car I decided to keep. And then I needed a caboose because I got a whole train here. So I grabbed this Milwaukee Road. I'm keeping these in my collection. And then you saw the Kmart truck over there. So back here, there are 8 pallets. I've got 3 here. I've got 3 there. I've got this one, and I've got one more here. I have been grabbing some of the non-train stuff, like the tools, and putting it with, this is actually items from the other unit, spoiler alert, and those will be auctioned separate since we're just doing train stuff. The trailer is still full with that last load, but it's really just books. And then there are 2 pallets that we already brought up. So there are 10 pallets plus probably 2 pallets of books, 12 pallets total. Now, let me show you the auction. While I was gone, Mitch was working on the auction, getting the first round of these listed. I really think this is going to probably be at least a year to sell through all of it, maybe longer, just because there's so much like items. I don't want to flood the market. I think that would be shooting myself in the foot. So we'll be doing like an auction every month, every 2 months, but check this out. This is the first auction. It's going to go online tomorrow. It'll probably be the day this video goes up, actually. So many train cars here. We're just doing them all individually because we don't know trains, so we don't know what's worth it and what isn't. But just so many trains. It's Canadian National. I think that's Canadian National, CNW. Safeway Foods. There's a Land O'Lakes one that he'd mentioned. A whole bunch of different cool ones. We got some, these locomotives, no, these are just a different brand of freight car, but Wisconsin Southern. That's a U.S. Air Force. Chicago Northwestern. That's CNW, Chicago Northwestern. So, and then we've got books down here, lotted up, pretty much just lining them up by the box. We're going through them a little bit and putting some of them together here. These are really cool. These are Wisconsin Historical Society. They're over 100 years old. Some new VHS tapes that might sell. And just assorted odds and ends through here. This set, Mitch said he looked up, and it's like 120 bucks on eBay. Found a vest here, Chicago Northwestern jacket. But all of this is one pallet. All of this is one pallet. I did take all the books off the second pallet. This is all freight cars, locomotives, all train cars from the second pallet. I don't think we're going to get through all those because the first pallet, just the train cars, gets you 360, that ballpark of lots, because these all came after. All of these are in the 390s, 380s. So that is one pallet of train cars. It's a small sample size, it's one pallet. We just kind of boxed them or stacked them up indiscriminately when I was loading and unloading the trailer. But this was actually the first pallet that we pulled. So it's not towards the end where I was limiting the books. So, I mean, if we were to average 10 bucks a lot, and that factors everything. That factors the unsolds, the stuff that goes cheap, but also things like that that'll go for over 100. 10 bucks a lot. We'll probably finish around 500 lots tomorrow, maybe 550. That's $5,000 right there. And so that's 1.5 pallets of the, what did I say, 12 pallets. So if, let me do some quick math here. If we have 12 pallets divided by 1.5, which is the amount that goes into an auction, that's 8 auctions, times $5,000 is $40,000. So I will do a video once we sell all of this, and I will mention it here and there in other videos, as time goes by, like in, a week or two. Once this is all sold, it'll be a week, but in a week or two when the next video is up, once it's all sold, I will tell you how much this stuff sold for. And on Patreon, if you are on Patreon, I'm talking about it again. If you are on Patreon, I will definitely mention it. I actually do a brief run through of every auction after it ends on Patreon. Very brief, but tell you what it all sold. Anyways, I will do a dedicated video a year from now or whenever it's all sold, adding up what everything sold for. And I'll let you know how it all finished. I could be wrong. Maybe these will do terribly and it'll be less auctions and we'll just sell them, 10 cars per lot or something. This is all kind of an experiment here on what the best way to sell it is. But I am very excited to see how this stuff does. I am super pumped. Today is the 24th, so this will end a week from tomorrow, which is March 3rd. No, March 4th. So March 4th, I will have a general idea on how this stuff will do. And then we'll wait a month or so before we do another one of these auctions. I'm so excited. This unit was so good. And then just a couple more clarifications. The beginning of this video might have been a little weird because I had initially planned on the other storage unit being the first video. And this would be the second one. And I was going to do the second video. I would wait until everything is sold to tell you what it all sold for. I like doing that on some of these videos. But because of how long this one is going to take, I decided to flip-flop it, where this one I'm just showing you as I get it. In the other video, the other storage unit, I'll wait until it's all sold a couple of weeks from now or so and launch that video so I can show you, unboxing it, going through the unit. We go through the whole unit in the cold there, but then also I can say, here's what everything sold for. So anyways, that one, I'm just kind of doing them in reverse order. So a lot of the clips in the beginning when I was buying the unit was actually intended to go on the other video. That's why the beginning was a little weird. Anyways, that's all I got. I will see you guys later.